The story begins in America in 1890, where a man is being chased by many horse riders and suddenly he disappears. A man named Stephen Steele talks about a race called Steel Ball Run Race. This race will take place from San Diego to New York, covering a total distance of about 4,000 miles. The prize for this race is $50 million, which was an extremely huge amount in those times. Stephen Steele claims that this will be the biggest race in the world and motivates everyone with his words. However, later he gets very scared and starts crying in a girl's lap because he fears that the race might fail. Then enters our second hero, Gyro Zeppeli, who wants to participate in the race. A man comes and tries to take the steel ball attached to Gyro Zeppeli's waist, but his leg suddenly twists. Gyro thinks that this man has stolen his money and tells the cashier to count it. The money turns out to be less, which means the man must have stolen it. The police arrive and arrest the man. That man starts threatening Gyro and points a gun at him, but Gyro uses his steel ball, which causes an injury to the man's hand. Gyro says that he won't show any more mercy and tells him to go to the hospital. However, the man tries to shoot him, but his hand starts spinning and the bullet ends up hitting him instead. All of this is being watched by our first hero, Johnny Joestar. He touches the steel ball, and for a moment, Johnny is able to stand on his legs. Johnny then asks Gyro Zeppeli, "What did you do to me?" Gyro replies that it was just a coincidence. However, Johnny wants to touch it again, but Gyro uses the ball and hangs him. Johnny says that he will definitely uncover the secret of this ball. Gyro replies that the ball is of no use to him and that he is in a hurry. Otherwise, he would have dealt with him properly. Johnny loved horse riding very much. He had been riding horses since childhood. He used to win every race and had made a name for himself. However, one day, he goes to watch a film with his girlfriend and cuts the line. A man standing in the line questions him. Johnny threatens him, and the man backs off, but later returns with a gun and shoots Johnny in the spine. From that day, everything changes. Johnny is now lying on a bed. He calls for a nurse because he had soiled himself and needs help cleaning. The nurse, who is drawing his blood, comes and starts beating him instead. He says that no one comes to visit Johnny and mocks him, saying that since the lower part of his body doesn't work, it doesn't matter what happens to him. He insults Johnny, saying he can't even clean himself anymore, and reminds him that he was once a famous horse rider, but now look at his condition. The story then returns to the present, where Gyro Zeppeli is feeding grass to his horse. Johnny comes riding another horse, but the horse throws him off. His leg gets stuck, and the horse continues to drag and hit him. Two girls standing nearby ask Gyro to help him, but Gyro says that Johnny is very stubborn, and if he manages to ride a horse, it would be nothing less than a miracle. Meanwhile, the same man who was earlier running away from the riders returns and says that he also wants to participate in the race. He claims that he doesn't need a horse, his legs are enough. As the race is about to begin, we are introduced to the best riders. Gyro arrives, and Johnny also shows up, hanging onto his horse. Johnny asks the horse to let him sit properly, and the horse allows it. Then the race begins. Johnny wants to uncover the secret of the steel ball, while Gyro moves ahead and takes the lead. Suddenly, the horses beside Johnny panic and fall. Diego Brando and Johnny move forward in the race. Mohammed Avdol arrives riding a camel and attacks Gyro. Gyro throws his steel ball, while Avdol attacks him from his camel. However, Avdol ignores a cactus in front of him, crashes into it, falls down, and gets eliminated from the race. Gyro Zeppeli is still in first place, and Diego Brando is in second place. Diego starts moving in a zigzag pattern and quickly reaches Gyro's side. He figures out Gyro's horse technique, that every 8 seconds the horse slows down slightly. At that exact moment, Diego increases his speed, overtakes Gyro, and keeps moving ahead. However, every 8 seconds, without increasing his own speed, Gyro uses his steel ball to boost his horse's speed. He then breaks a bridge, causing Diego's horse to get stuck, and everyone else passes him. Meanwhile, the man racing without a horse takes a shortcut and jumps across a canyon. The people behind him cannot follow because of the gap. Here, Pocoloco is resting because he cannot go forward. He even arrived late to the race because he was sleeping. Still, look at his confidence. He is so relaxed because a fortune teller woman told him that he is going to be extremely lucky. Out of 5 billion people, only one gets this kind of luck. Trusting that luck, Poco Loco jumps across the canyon and reaches the other side. He is about to fall, but a man who looks like he runs like a horse, Sandman, tells him to use a rope, and he manages to climb out of the canyon safely. Meanwhile, Gyro is still in first place, but he takes a shortcut through the jungle. Johnny Joestar follows him, and some others follow behind. During this, Poco Loco even overtakes Johnny. It's unbelievable. He was sleeping at the start of the race, and now he's in second position. His luck is incredible. He is even moving through the jungle with his eyes closed. Here, Gyro uses his steel ball to push trees aside, but those trees bounce back and hit Poco Loco. Even then, he keeps moving forward, doesn't fall off his horse, and even if he slips, he quickly gets back on. Now, Poco Loco is in second position. A big downhill slope appears where everyone is supposed to slow down, but Poco Loco speeds up instead. He overtakes Gyro Zeppeli, and many others also move ahead of Gyro. However, they start falling, and Poco Loco falls too. Luckily, there is an animal skeleton beneath him, which allows his horse to slide forward, bringing him into first position. Gyro attacks him with his steel ball, but Sandman steps in between and saves Poco Loco. Sandman then takes the lead. Running without a horse, he takes a shortcut and moves ahead. At the finishing point, a large crowd has gathered to watch the winner. Diego Brando also catches up by using his technique of moving against the wind, even though he was far behind before. Johnny Joestar pushes his horse forward, Diego does the same, and Poco Loco also rushes ahead. Sandman reaches first, but soon everyone starts catching up. Gyro explains that horses coming from Mexico run faster, and the wind also pulls them forward. Using both of his steel balls, Gyro pushes ahead of everyone at the last moment and wins the race. From the moment Johnny met Gyro, his life began to change.